are your feet, Lance?
Sandy, do you have that last play, or is it gone? You want to see a good pass play, watch this. This is the difference. Watch Kilmer just thread this. Look at that. 3 people. He just threaded it. Who was that? Fugit?
Bugs.
Was that Bugs? That's a better shot of it. That's a better shot of it. Can you get it for me? It just shows what a veteran quarterback can do.
Where are your gloves?
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, if you could. What's Billy?
One more quarter of football. 16-13. Redskins over Cardinals.
Look at that. That is a veteran quarterback just threading it to Bugs between 3 defensive players. Kilmer is now 13 of 20 for 119 yards.
A 9-yard pickup on that last play. Make it 8, so it'll be 2nd and 12.
Make that 12 of 22.
Kilmer draw play to Clarence Harmon. Good yardage. Harmon to about the 25. Kearney on the tackle again. Bill Bradley helped him. First play of the 4th quarter. The team that loses will not go to the playoffs. The team that wins may not, but they're still alive.
Tell you, Harmon from Mississippi State has done some kind of a job filling in for George Allen.
In the private boxes, the windows are freezing up.
I certainly hope so.
I thought they were waving to us. Here's Kilmer. Running away from Zook. Throwing. And throwing it away. Wisely so. Fugit is pointing and saying he was interfered with. Frank Grant, perhaps the intended receiver. And again, Mark Mosley heads on the field.
Fugit's going to go over and state his case. Dean didn't even look at him.
Let's see. 42-yard effort this will be by Mosley. And again, it'll be Theismann holding. On cold days, the long ones get tougher.
You would know.
He got it there. And he got it through again. Mark Mosley's 4th field goal of the day. 42 yards away. And that makes it 19-13. Washington leads over St. Louis by 6 points.
With this defense, it's a big one, but that still is one Mel Gregg catch, baby. He can use them faster than you can. Everybody used to tell me that slow down the fast guy. Bull, they still run faster than you do.
Yeah. Factors are all the same for everybody, aren't they?
You better believe it. Except you can't get near them to bump them. Are those stars? Oh, that's gorgeous. No, Al, no, Al. Where's my tie? Yeah, I got one for you down in the truck. I think my Eskimo pie just... Yeah, that's because of the heat.
(19-13) the score. Some of the Christmas decorations up in the upper deck of Bush Memorial Stadium. Metcalf comes all the way up, takes it on the move. Metcalf loses the football, and Washington has it. The recovery is by Wendland Hall. Metcalf really got popped, fumbled, Redskins have it.
That's Metcalf's 5th fumble in the last 5 games. He's had a 99-yard rushing day, and I know he feels awful, but I'll tell you, you can't gamble with those arms out, windmilling around, and that's his style.
It's too bad because he made 2 real big plays in the first half for him. I'll tell you what this is doing. This is putting Chicago in the playoffs because they beat Washington in a tie-break situation. Los Angeles. Beyond that, even if the Redskins win that game and Chicago wins its next 2, Chicago beats them.
6-point margin won't beat you if you can get a touchdown.
Now, I don't know who would win a tie-break between Washington and Minnesota.
13:35, now 13 and a half minutes left to play.
Yes.
Redskins, 19-13.
Charlie?
Touchdown by Calvin Hill on a pass from Kilmer, and 4 field goals by Mark Mosley. Kilmer is going to throw. Intended for Danny Buggs. He was all tied up with Carl Allen.
I'll tell you, Cardinals give Allen a good training camp, and he's going to give a lot of these guys a run for their money. I do think that secondary misses Sensabaugh, who was not only their interceptor for touchdowns, but a sort of a hitter back there, and I think they missed that a little bit. But that young Allen can play.
Would you know they were at a football game?
They look numb, don't they?
It's like they're in the Anchorage Thanksgiving Day parade. Calvin Hill in the backfield. He's on the left side of Kilmer now, and again he comes out of the backfield. Kilmer away. Kilmer's going to run. Billy Kilmer gets out of bounds. I believe he got enough for a first down.
He's close to it. While he's not exactly a 4-4 sprinter, he got it done, didn't he?
All he had to do was run 11 yards, and I think he got it. Yes, he did.
Here it is. Talk about running for daylight. This is out of fright. Now watch Billy. He knows that Carney's after him, and the hay hook just missed, didn't he?
Roger Worley over talking and asking for a measurement, but they've already moved the chains, and now a flag is dropped on the other side of the field.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 56. First down.
Kilmer's going to put it up again. A lot of time. Finally finds Herman, who gets down to about the 10-yard line. Steve Neal's made the tackle along with Kearney. Arneson also on the ground.
Herman had 12 catches coming in. I believe that's the first one he's had today.
Kilmer had a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time, and he was looking for somebody going all the way through the formation from right back to left, but he is getting a lot of time to throw now.
5-yard pickup. Ball at the 10-yard line. Redskins lead 19-13, trying to get more. Harmon straight ahead. Got close to the 5. Charlie Davis led the charge. Here's the quarterback, who's been resting lately, but when it came time for the big one, he got the start.
Looks like Stokes and Nugent on that side got pretty good blocks. Lynn Hawes is starting in how many consecutive football games? It's 196, I believe.
That's correct, yeah.
I think he's always been the center there. I can't remember the center before Lynn Hawes, Washington.
I think they created a position for him. Third down. Calvin Hill and Clarence Harmon, the running backs. Hill. Calvin Hill, the ball scored over the 5 and enough for a first down.
There's almost an altercation on every play now, and that's usually from frustration if it's from the defense. Watch Calvin go up and over, and young Allen did something and said something after the replay was over.
Calvin had both hands covering up the football. 11:25 left to play. Redskins 19, Cardinals 13. Both teams fighting to stay in the playoff picture. Right now it's the Redskins whose picture is looking better. First and goal at the 4. Harmon. Thomas cuts inside. Thomas, touchdown. Mike Thomas takes it into the end zone. Blocks up front by Fugit and by Harmon.
The 4th touchdown rushing for the Redskins this year. Tell you, the offensive line did a heck of a job on that drive. They really did it like Bill Austin's been trying to teach him, huh?
Mark Mosley, and there's Thomas being congratulated by George Allen. Kick by Mosley's good. Flag is down, but the kick by Mosley was good. Moving the score to 25-13 now. 26 make it. They haven't posted the extra point yet, but now they have. And it's Washington 26. The Cardinals 13 with 11 minutes and 2 seconds left in this game.
Mel Gray have anything?
With one catch, I think.
No catches, none.
He caught one, I know. Mel Gray, over here. Remember you said it was the 59th game in a row in which he caught one?
He did catch one, didn't he? Yeah, he caught one on this side.
One right down here for first down.
Yeah, a little out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark Mosley set to kick it. That's the Washington scoring drive right there after the fumble by Metcalf, who will return this one from his own 5-yard line. They need something to explode. That's the guy who might can do it. He gets to the 32 before Mark Murphy made the tackle.
Jim Hart. Okay, here's that touchdown again, just to show you how Mike Thomas really got in behind and cut Nugent, his own guard, down. Hart has completed only 5 passes of 18 against this defense for 52 yards, and he came in with the most yardage of any passer in the NFC.
27-yard return by Metcalf. First and 10 at the 32 for the St. Louis Cardinals. Trail now by 13. Caught by Metcalf, and he might go. Terry Metcalf down the middle. Metcalf will score.
They're not fooling him now. They are standing up for Terry Metcalf. He is a slippery. He's just incredible in the open field. That's what he is.
A 68-yard touchdown pass. Jim Hart to Terry Metcalf. And do not adjust your set.
Hart's 6th completion was a pretty good one, wasn't it?
26-19 the score. Bakken trying to make it 26-20. That's what he does. 10 minutes and 39 seconds left to play. Plenty of time.
Watch this call, Pat. Hart calls 3 receivers to the left side.
We'll try to take a look at it in just a second. Here we go.
All right, behind the defense. Hart has 3 receivers to look at, and Metcalf really made a leaping catch, and this is when he really shines. What he wants is for his own people to get out of the way. He can handle the rest.
Cardinal fans, many of whom had started for the exits, turned around and went back to their seats. Eddie Brown, who was shaken up a little bit earlier, apparently is okay. Jim Bakken adjusting his shoe. One play it took him. 68 yards.
That was Metcalf's first touchdown this year, receiving the football.
Don Coryell.
Boy, he never quits, does he? He's got a book out called Win with Honor. He gets no money from it, and he also has lost games, and I thought he handled himself very well, too.
Ten minutes, 39 seconds left to play. Bakken kicks to the right side. Mark Murphy has it. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. The Cardinals covered well. Kurt Alderman made the tackle. Laverne Torgeson, the defensive coordinator, looking on. A reminder again of the CBS Sports Spectacular, the WBC World Welterweight Championships. Championship, I should say, between Carlos Palomino and Jose Palacios. Hot Rod Association World Championships of 1977. A professional arm wrestling championship for this country and the world's strongest men competition. Next Saturday at 4 here on CBS. The Sports Spectacular. Kilmer firing deep. Intended for Danny Buggs. Buggs slipped down just before the ball got there.
I tell you, he has a pretty good chance to catch that football. He ran backwards a little bit, did a couple of axle rods or whatever they call them, and still couldn't catch it. Here it is. Ball's pretty well thrown. You can see that Buggs has already got into the act.
Axle rods, huh?
That's the way Dick Button would say it, right?
Second and 10 situation for Washington. Plenty of time left to play. Redskins lead 26-20. Clarence Harmon wrapped up as he came straight ahead by Steve Niels, Eric Williams, and Tim Kearney.
With 10 minutes left, the object now defensively is obviously not to let the Redskins keep it. The Redskins only have a 6-point margin, and we can see how quickly the darn Cardinals can score. Like that, they can score.
Calvin Hill, Mike Thomas, the running backs for the Redskins. Thrown for Fugit, he slipped down. No way to run that pattern. Close to the field like that. Ken Reeves on the coverage. Fugit might have been open, but he lost his footing. That's a hard pass now to execute with the field like it is. Mike Bragg into the game for Washington. Bill Bradley checks back deep for the Cardinals.
Talk about some pressure. The people that snap this and kick this are all under pressure now.
Cardinal fans alive. Good snap. Good kick. Bradley might have a chance to do something with it, however, but the Redskins, of course, cover these things very well. Back at the 27 is where he goes down. Joe Harris again on the special team tackle, number 51. Holding Bradley down. So the Cardinals will take over with 9:35 left to play and trailing by 6. Good contest.
Sandy, can you do any isolated stuff at all? It's just hard to it. It's hard to at regular speed, isn't it? Yeah, we'll get on Gray. Well, let's see. Get on Gray and let's see what they're doing with him. That'll tell us the story. This place is going now.
Yeah. Cardinals have it, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Redskins lead it 26-21.
And keep in mind that Mel Gray has only caught one pass for 10 yards.
Hart gives again to Metcalf, and Metcalf squirt fumble. And a big stack. Otis is saying the Cardinals have it, as obviously he would, and that's what the officials say. Metcalf got some good yards before he lost it.
I'll tell you one thing, he'll make the coach a manic depressive very quickly, though. He is an exciting brand of football player. Metcalf running straight up, never giving up, but losing the ball occasionally.
It was Bob Young, the offensive guard, who made the recovery. Metcalf now 17 carries, 103 yards. 7-yard pickup, make it 2nd and 3. Otis will try to go for the first down. He does not get it. He lost his footing. And Brad Dusick played it extremely well. He got help from Jake Scott. A big 3rd down coming.
Boy, here is a big call. 8:49 on the clock. The ball getting extremely hard to hold on to.
It's very hard to run a play wide like that where you have to cut back.
They're going to go with the 2 tight ends.
Jackie Smith and J.B. Kane both in the game. Metcalf is out of the game now. The deep back in the eye is Steve Jones. Otis in front of him. Pitch back to Steve Jones, and Jones does not get the first down. He's cut down by Ron McDowell.
McDowell and Gerard Williams came up and sealed it off. Looked like he might have had a hole inside if he could possibly have made it.
Hard play to run with footing as bad as it is now. Where it was wet earlier in the day and the footing was not bad at all, now it's frozen and becoming very treacherous. Dwayne Carroll deep. Cardinals are going to punt. Clock running. 7:45 left to play. Eddie Brown deep for the Redskins. Kick by Carroll. Eddie Brown fielded it. Ken Stone was right there again. Ken Stone for the 2nd time has been right on top of Eddie Brown as he fielded a punt.
And the former Redskin must enjoy that almost as much as Correll and company over there. He has turned them on for this 2nd half with us.
Tomorrow's schedule again, the Giants at Philadelphia.
The Giants
against Baltimore, excuse me.
And the Giants have beat the Redskins twice this year.
The Redskins have been able to beat the Giants. They wouldn't be worrying about that playoff spot. Kilmer brings it back to Thomas. He gets some, but not of major consequence. Mike Thomas out of bounds on the sideline. And somebody else is down over there.
A cameraman is down that was on the sidelines. Linebacker ran right over him, Allerman. Eric Williams, sorry, was the linebacker that did the cameraman in. I guess they shouldn't stand that close to the sidelines, though. Somebody could get hurt running into a camera.
Somebody did. Mike Thomas has carried 13 times, picked up 51 yards. That's the book on Kilmer, and he has a 2nd and 8 now with the ball at the 31-yard line. Hill and Harmon are setbacks. Harmon hurdles straight ahead, doesn't get much. Cardinal defense now rising to the occasion.
Eric Williams in there. And Charlie Davis under the pile.
Those 3rd downs seem so much more important than the other 2 or 3. And here's one up now. The time remaining, you see up in the right-hand corner of your picture. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Washington 26, the Cardinals 20. Looking at the playoffs. Kilmer throws outside to Calvin Hill. Calvin tries to break a tackle, but does not. Mark Arneson made the tackle, and the Redskins again will have to punt.
Where's the ball?
Offensive unit. 11 seconds left to play. 6. Cardinals 20. The loser, no playoffs. The winner is still alive.
What is it George Allen says? Every time you win, you're reborn. Every time you lose, you die a little.
I imagine even though he's ahead right now, he's still dying a little. Jones, Otis, and Metcalf, the three backs behind Hart. Third, they need a foot. Bob Young, the left guard jump. Against St. Louis. Ooh, that is a tough one.
The tug of war will be a lot easier than jumping off sides in that crucial situation. Could have been the count.
Illegal procedure. Offense, number 64, third down.
I'm sure that Hart went on a longer count to try to pull the Redskins offside. And sometimes when you change a cadence, it hurts you just as much as it does them. It'll be 3rd and 6 and a whole different ball game now. Draw play, Metcalf, he's got the first down. A quick draw to Terry Metcalf, and Jake Scott made the tackle. What a call.
Great call, and it was a quick draw. And anything you do with Metcalf is quick. Watch how quickly Hart gets it to him. Here it is now. Watch Banks fire out. Takes Brundage outside, and it's over then.
First down, Cardinals. Redskin 33 is where the ball is. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left on the scoreboard clock by the time they start this play. Metcalf lunges to perhaps 2 yards before Harold McClinton wraps him up. There is one more game after this. For one team, it's going to mean a heck of a lot. For the other team, it's a matter of going through the motions.
And you wonder about all of those big plays early in the year that lost a game here or there.
Second and 7. Hart drops. Protection is great. The ball is underthrown. He was looking for J.B. Kane. Gerard Williams was back there with him.
Good thing it was underthrown.
Coverage was good.
They were coming back to take the INT. There's a big guy from Colorado. I mean, he is a tight end to be reckoned with. Getting stronger. He works out on Nautilus equipment all the time. He is growing up emotionally, too.
Wonder how much more he's going to grow.
I don't know. At 6'4", he's filling out a suit pretty well right now.
6'4" and 230 there or thereabouts. Another one of those down number threes. Ball at the 34. Third down 7. That's what the Big Red needs for a first down. Washington leads it 26-20. A blitz is on. Hart fires down the middle, underthrows Metcalf. He had to get rid of it because Brad Dusek was looking right at him.
Hadn't that been the case with that Washington defense? When they do blitz, it's at the one time you don't expect it.
3 minutes and 17 seconds left to play.
Ooh. It's a long gamble on 4th. You may not get the ball back, but
4th and 7. Would you even consider a field goal here?
consider getting the ball to 21, I guess, if I had to decide.
I guess. The Redskins blitzed on third down. They don't appear to be thinking about it this time. No blitz. Knocked away by Joe Lavender, and the Redskins will take over. Intended for number 85, Mel Gray.
Looked like they were in the huddle. Looked like the Redskins were in the huddle with the Cardinals that time. It was a short out, which is a tough thing to cover, and Lavender is waiting for him on the sidelines. Watch this.
Almost picked it off. Knocking it down was just as good. Redskins take over, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. They lead by 6. 26-20 the score. Now the pressure shifts to both of these two units. Redskin offense, Cardinal defense. Cardinal defense up to the occasion on first down. Eric Williams, number 55, made the tackle.
A good tackle. He slid right in behind it. This team beat the Dallas Cowboys. Unbeatable at that time, everybody thought. They've done some great things, and after today, it's home for the holidays.
Clock still running. 2 minutes. Less than 2:40 by the time the play will get started. Kilmer, of course, taking a lot of time in the huddle. And now they break it. Frank Grant and Danny Buggs both split wide to the left. Harmon and Thomas. And again, it'll be Thomas. Nothing doing. Ken Reeves came up to make the tackle.
And Williams was there again, too.
Right.
Kilmer's a little bit worried now. They'll get the timeout at the 2-minute warning, which really will help St. Louis. They're just trying to get the ball back now and save theirs.
Neither team has used a timeout so far, and now they have. St. Louis. They'll take this one, and they'll get it stopped again at the 2-minute warning.
Have you ever seen it this close like this, though? The Cardinals is the same team we saw humiliate Minnesota that day.
That's right. And we saw them just about get humiliated against the Giants last week, and certainly Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Brent.
What's the first join time? 43?
Cotton Bowl. Against Notre Dame.
How about Browner? Can he play a little bit?
Speaking of full-grown people, he and McAfee filled up the stage
Good checking.
at the Heisman
What
dinner the other night.
is this clock wrong?
They are
Full
meeting in
prospects.
Tokyo. They really are.
At the Cotton Bowl on that Monday than anywhere else I can think of.
What a job Freddie Akers did at Texas. Nobody picked him.
One out here that says 6:26. What time is it?
It's 6:27 and 10 seconds.
Huh?
At the 35-yard line, Billy Kilmer comes roaring back into the, running
Okay.
back into the huddle.
Who is? Which quarterback's going to go
Same
high?
speed, even if he's carrying the football. It's always that same gait.
That's interesting.
That was a timeout situation you saw
Yeah,
just a minute ago.
that's right.
You can throw a
Cardinals
ball,
have
but
two.
that's it.
Redskins
we
have
play
all
pressure.
theirs. 2nd and 19. Let's say 2nd and 19. That's not right.
Yeah, that's a good point
2nd
on
and
him.
9. Sorry. Bill Bradley came up to make the tackle. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left now.
It's been tough for Mike Thomas today. He's really had to earn all of it. It's about 59 yards rushing.
And that'll be the 2-minute notification to Don Coryell. to George Allen. Redskins over St. Louis.
Yeah.
6-20.
You'll do it to camera 4. You close up. You got it.
Let me just run through it, just in case.
Oh,
It's
incredible.
fine. Well, actually, if you come up a little, getting blind.
hey, they're going to punt it away,
Hey, that's
right?
fine.
Yeah.
17-year-old
What about-
jockey sensation Steve Cochran became the first jockey ever to go over the $6
What'd you
million
say?
mark in earnings for a year.
He made it, huh?
Two winners
Yeah,
and two
he's
second-place
good.
finishes
Look at that.
today at Aqueduct Racetrack in New York.
I think that's
They
the
made up 17 strokes against Canada.
first one's the
Local
lead.
player in
If
the
we just got a
Philippines
little bit
today.
of time,
They take a
Phyllis.
three-stroke lead with 1 round to play. Also in contention are Japan and Italy. That I don't think is important. University of Miami Athletic Director Pete Elliott reconfirmed he seriously considered moving to Notre Dame Miami in 1979 from the Orange Flow to Tokyo, Japan. After last week's game between the two teams in Miami.
Oh, this is. Are we only going to have the second half highlights? Do you know? Are they separate packages?
Separate
packages.
Okay.
And Brent will not only look for the score tomorrow, but will also look for the attendance too.
Carry this to the 18.
Irv, is that unusual for a team to play in Tokyo? Rambling's there tonight.
I want to get the first.
Interesting.
My priorities are for Phyllis to read the first story if we have a short show. Okay? Talk about tomorrow with Irv in the future, what this means, and get off the air.
Can't
Second
possibly
half
last long
highlights
enough.
if it goes any longer than that.
Cardinal.
Looks like the Cardinals might be really coming. They're ganging up on both outside positions.
Changing footballs. Mike Bragg with his back to you. The pressure on him now. And Ted Frisch who snaps the ball. There's Bragg's kick, and it's a good one.
And Michael,
Here's a flag down on the
I'm going to
play.
mention the fact that Steinbrenner's upset about that Vita Blue transaction with the Yankees. I think that's very important.
Pete Wysocki made the tackle.
There was a little debate going on in the line of scrimmage. A couple of Cardinals were pointing at Frisch, the kicker. I mean, the snapper of the punt.
Right. The preliminary indication is that it's against Washington and somebody illegally downfield. It has really gotten cold. 1:51 left to play on the scoreboard clock. 26-20 the score. Washington leads. 4 field goals by Mark Mosley, a touchdown by Calvin Hill on a pass from Kilmer, and a touchdown on a 4-yard run by Mike Thomas. That did it for the Redskins. Metcalf 68 yards and a pass from Hart. Bakken 2 field goals. And Steve Jones a Cardinal touchdown.
You know, I keep thinking, though, that Mel Gray got a late pass.
Ineligible downfield on the kick, number 25 on the offense. 4th down.
Eddie Brown called for going downfield too soon. He's on the inside. But I keep thinking about Mel Gray beating Dallas late in the game with a long pass, beating Philadelphia in the last few seconds with a long pass. The next couple of minutes are going to be interesting.
And 2 years ago, beating this team with a questionable catch. They do not get it. Bradley does. Looking for some place to go, and Bill Bradley gets to the 30. The Cardinals, after all that, pick up 2 yards after they had to kick it again.
This will be some drill for Hart in that offense.
1:42 left to play. Redskins 26, Cardinals 20. Cardinals have 2 timeouts remaining.
They've got Harris, number 84, Mel Gray, number 85, and look quickly because he can move it out, and JVK, number 88.
They're burning a Redskin banner on the other side of the field. Jim Hart is trying also to burn the Redskins. Fire down the middle is caught by Mel Gray. Gray speeds away from a couple. Mel Gray at the 35 to the 34. Jake Scott and Chris Hamburger on the tackle.
Looks like Toriel's headset may have frozen up. But I'll tell you, if Mel Gray gets into the secondary without being bumped, you cannot cover him. He's the top part of your screen. Hart really
They need
stays in.
his
Great
He's got good
protection.
pass blocking, which he accepts now
Yeah.
normally. some kind of a game.
The Cardinals have taken another timeout. They have one more left. They trail by 6.
Okay.
All right.
Ain't nothing you can do about him, baby. If he gets in there without getting somebody hitting him on the head, you better get a gun.
Who's that?
Gray. Mel Gray.
Mel Gray.
He's averaging 20 yards a reception.
Yeah, but you try to get it to the guy that's got the
How did he wind up with Jake Scott covering?
overhead cylinders. Huh?
He wind up with Jake Scott covering Mel Gray.
I don't know. I think they were supposed to have under help and banging him or something. That Hawkins is wild.
They were supposed to pinch him. Somebody wasn't back.
Yeah, Jake was supposed to give him a jam and got doubling over there. You know, linebacker in the corner didn't
Now you
help.
got to get the flags covered, baby.
Yep.
35 yards, that's nothing for this team. And the Cardinals. Speed. Yard wins.
Cardinals ready to go on first down at the Redskin 34.
Looking for him again. Get up, get him.
Oh! Oh!
Man,
Brown
I think
was there.
pass interference should have been called. It was intended for J.D. Kane, who was down
He's
on one
giving
knee.
him. Look at
Eddie
him.
Houston
Yeah.
came over the top,
Oh, yeah.
and I thought he
He's
came
gonna
over
have a
before the
heart
ball
attack.
got there.
So
He's
did
such an
I.
intense guy, you know.
He's going to give it to this guy, boy. That back judge is going to get it now.
yeah.
Brundage
Oh, he's
was out.
slipping off,
Yeah.
so we won't say anything
Place
to
is
him.
taken by Dave Butts.
And our back judge is going to hear something now.
Yeah, he's on it.
He's getting it in his ear right now.
Jeez, our guy, knock our guy down. What are you doing?
Washington
Is
26.
he under pressure after those 2 big loses?
Oh, yeah. He's just disappointed. He has a real good team. They're not playing well. 3 weeks ago, they really went flat.
Jimmy Hart drops.
And
Oh, no! Oh!
intercepted Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown back in his own end zone, dives for that interception and held on. I don't know how.
I don't think Metcalf thought Eddie Brown had a chance for the ball. I think he thought that Hart was wasting it, throwing it out. Look at that group of Redskins. Offense and defense. Here it is. Eddie Brown turned his back on it. Look at this. He stayed with it, and Metcalf can't believe it either.
Eddie Brown with that clutch interception, and Washington will take over with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to play.
His first interception might be the biggest one George has had for a while.
Eddie Brown.
There you go, Mike. There you go, man.
From Tennessee.
And that tells you the story of Don Coryell for the moment. Redskins and Kilmer just following the ball. Cardinals only have one timeout left, and there it goes. A very dejected crowd starting to file out now of Busch Stadium with 1 minute and 5 seconds left to play. It looks like the Redskins might stay alive.
He just told Billy, sure, whatever it is, you're right. Cover it up. Whatever it is, good.
That means our next Saturday game takes on some more
Oh,
significance, doesn't it?
yeah, we might mention that, huh? Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's close to being finished.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
He had him going forward.
.105 on that scoreboard clock. No more timeouts for the Cardinals, and Kilmer again just falls on the ball. That'll bring up third down. Produced today, Charles Milton III.
Wish he'd have given me his tie.
Directed by Sandy Grossman. And the rest of the crew that was out here freezing for the last few days setting this up. Don't forget the CBS Sports Spectacular next Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time as the clock continues to run.
Pat, you know what? Something the Cardinals got their average scoring, which is 20 points a game, but The Redskins under George Allen got twice what they normally score.
They changed quarterbacks.
They sure did.
That ought to just about do it as clock continues to run. Calvin Hill shaking hands with George Allen and Don Coryell. Secondary decimated by injuries for the Cardinals, probably contributed as much to anything else.
But who would have believed that the Washington Redskins would be perhaps heading for a playoff after the LA game?
We'll say goodbye from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Pat Summerall for Tom Brookshire saying so long. This program was produced by CBS Sports.